Welcome to my Tarkov video of Is the Insurance Worth It? The background of it is I did 7 raids the other night, of which I died 6 times. I did expect to die a few times. I am rubbish, and I was doing the pistol PMC kills in factory, so I expected to die lots of times. But I didn't seem to get an awful lot back on insurance. Most of the guns were all taken. So I decided to have a little look into it and find out whether it was actually worth me insuring, or should I have just saved the insurance money and bought new every time. For the purpose of this test, and for my general everyday playing style, in terms of when I can play and when I can have time to collect the insurance and such like, I always use Therapiest at the moment for my insurer. She returns stuff promptly within between 10 and 20 hours, and you get about 5-6 days to actually then collect it. The other option is Prapor. He is cheaper, but you have to wait longer for it to come back, and then you've got to get it into your stash much quicker, within 24 hours, I think it is. But so for that extra flexibility, I always use Therapiest. She is a little bit more expensive, but just gives that extra flexibility. That works for me. Your results might vary. So how much does she actually cost? Well, I did a few little tests, mostly with rigs, because that's just what I had spare in my stash ready to be testing. Checking the valuation against the flea market, the Black Rock and the bank robber rig. Both of them with the cost to insure against the cost to buy off the flea market came to about 20%. I assume it's about the same for all the other equipment, guns and armor. But again, depending on the flea market prices and how it all works out, your results might vary slightly as well. So moving on to raid number 1, it was a quite expensive Glock pistol in factory. He was too good for me. So the expensive gun and the backpack and the bank robber rig and a whole bunch of magazines, all filled with expensive ammunition and armor and helmet. All I got back was the armor, the bank robber rig, and 1 magazine. I suppose all the rest had bullets in them, and he just stashed them and took them. Adding it all up though, looking at the cost of insurance of 42,852, if I were to buy the armor, the rig, and 1 of those pistol magazines, again, on the flea market, at the prices, the best prices available for the roughly the equivalent amount of durability left on the armor. Now this one was a 40 armor that I found for 32,000 when mine originally had a 29.4, so about 30. So this armor is maybe slightly better than the one I took in with me. I made a total loss of 208, so we pretty much broke even though he took my really expensive gun and the helmet and the balaclava and the headphones and the backpack and 3 of the 4 magazines. I still only lost 208 rubles. Raid number 2, back to factory, with a cheaper pistol this time. I lasted even less amount of time. I didn't even get out the spawn point. But the insurance only cost me 21,609 that time. But the guy took everything. The armor, the pistol, the helmet, the headphones, even the balaclava, the backpack, and all of the magazines. So I lost everything. I lost every ruble that I spent on insurance on that one. Next up, back to factory again. Oh! Died in the tunnels that time. Guy seemed to be waiting for me. and he dispatched me very efficiently. But I got quite a bit back. I got my pistol back. I got 3 magazines back, a balaclava, my backpack, my rig, and my armor. Pretty much everything, I think. The pistol was in my rig, and my helmet was in my backpack. So I think he looted me, took my stuff, and then died later on to somebody else who didn't want my stuff. So I think that's how I managed to get my stuff back. The guy that murdered me got murdered. So 27,515 insurance cost for that one. And again, looking at the prices that try and get the most equivalent level of armor that's available at the time of me doing this video, not the time of me doing the raid, but the time of me doing this video. And I made a gain of 56,980 on that. So that one I did all right out of. Especially as I'd completed my quest, got the kills that I needed, and I was out of factory. That is a brutal place, and I thought things were going to get better in terms of my kill to death ratio. That was, of course, till I entered customs on my next raid. Here's an example of just how bad I am at this game. Lessons were learnt from this. I'm trying to use grenades more often. And as you'll see in a moment, I need a little bit more practice. Oh, he's moved. Throw it. Oh, so I barely won that firefight, and we moved on with limited medicines, still in a lot of trouble. Run into this guy here. Somehow we managed to escape from this. So we had no meds, pretty much. We had a light bleed, but just couldn't find any bandages or anything in the vicinity. I couldn't even see whether the fire was burning or not, and we weren't sure whether we were going to make it or not to the smuggler's boat. We weren't even sure that it was open or not, but we didn't make it. So that cost us 40,758 in insurance. We should have found a bush to go and hide in and die, and then we would have got back all of this stuff. And as it was, somebody found us, and they left our helmet and everything else. They took my gun, my armor, my mags, my bag, my balaclava, and my headphones, the whole lot. Which meant the only thing I got back was a helmet at about 15,000 that you can buy them from on the flea at the time of making the video. I made a loss of 25,759. That was a bit of a heavy one. But we're sticking with customs. We nearly made it out. We were heading for the smuggler's boat for our exit here. All healthy and good. Oh, you're kidding! We had our quest item and everything from dorms, and we were all ready to get out of smuggler's boat or go around the crossroads if that wasn't open. And we didn't check our corners. We didn't check the man hiding in the bush who mowed us down. Luckily, he didn't take too much from us. He took our gun and our helmet and left us with left us with one magazine, our armor, our backpack, our headphones, and our balaclava, and we made a gain out of this, an insurance gain out of this. by looking at the prices available at the time. We didn't do too badly. It was a good armour to have lost a full 40 on that armour, so it was quite expensive to find an equivalent one, but we made a gain in total. So again, insurance paid off that time as well. Finally, still at customs. Let's get across the water. Just want to get across the water
as we can.
Heading on our way to get our quest done.
For anyone.
No. Although we had a close spawn to the river crossing there, somebody else managed to get a view of us and mow us down. But again, he didn't come and loot us. I think we got everything. Someone got our backpack, but left our rig and our helmet and our guns. Well, someone took the sight off our gun. That was it. Left us with everything else. So 40,000, 40.5 thousand to insure it. All the stuff back at the current prices made a gain of 60,783. So again, we did all right out the insurance. So we drew even once, and we lost once because they left us with nothing, and lost a little bit when we only got our helmet back. Every other time we made a healthy profit. I don't think they're making any money out of this insurance. I think it's better to continue using this service and insuring your equipment. And I think overall, on average, you're going to win. Now, maybe as you get further up the tiers, as you go with better gear, more of it will get taken and less of it will get left behind, because people will swap out their lesser gear for it. But the level I'm at, which is about 16, 17, 18-ish, the level of gear that I've got, most of it is getting left behind. The guns seem to be taken mostly, probably just because they've got spare slots. They take them and they can sell them just to make profit. But at the moment, I'm going to carry on insuring with Therapiest. It's a funny old insurance. It insures for loss, but not for theft. And but still, it's still making money for us. And I think their insurance policies are going to go bankrupt soon. So make the most of it while you can and enjoy Tarkov. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/myturnracing. I occasionally do this horrifically online live, and you're welcome to come and watch. Have a very good time in Tarkov, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.